Hello, hello, hello. I hear subs, but it still doesn't print. I don't know why. Who's subbing? Let me check chat. Rachel, hello. Thank you for the sub. Oh, gifted sub to Tentamen. Tenkamation? Not Tentamen. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Hot? Yeah. Although, less hot than earlier this week. So I do have my window open. If it gets noisy, let me know. Got 2 3D printers for a nice price. Ooh. I want to get one as well. For one simple thing. Also, I'm in no hurry to stream today. I've got nothing planned. Like, nothing that needs to get done. Since I'm leaving this weekend. When the training got told it was cancelled. Ooh, that sucks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Osmo action cameras. But they work with a magnetic system. Give me a second. Right, so the Osmo action cameras, they have this quick release mount that magnetically attaches and snaps on, right? It's quite sturdy, and it can take a beating. And so what I want to do is I want to take this, right, this connection piece basically, and make a an adapter for a 1/4 bolt, which is your basic like tripod mount. Do I have one laying around? I don't think I do. I have one downstairs, but what I want to do is I want to make an adapter for a phone mount so that I can use this connector, this quick release, with a phone mount as well, so that I don't need to twist this off every time. Because now what I need to do if I want to use my monopod or my GorillaPod is take this off and screw it, which is annoying, and then screw on my phone mount up here, and then pop it back into my GorillaPod, right? So that, then if I want to switch back to my action cam, I need to twist this back on my quick release for my thing. Or trying program to use. I don't know. I have a little bit of experience with Blender. But I also am used to work with vector programs like Illustrator, so I assume it's gonna be quite, like, it'll be I'll have to figure things out for sure, but I'll be able to work it out. But yeah, I basically want to make an adapter so I can use a phone mount with this quick release, so that I don't have to swap out this part all the time, which is going to make my life easier. Because then I don't have to carry 2 tripods, which I do now. Let's see. Let's do some Minecrafting. A little bit, not too much. So, for those who haven't seen yet, I posted a video that that basically opened up the maze to the guys on the server. And right now we're going to be filling in these rectangles. We've got 4 of them to do. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 over there. And I want to do mini games. I've got 1 already, right? Which is this one. It's quite simple. You press the button, you grab an egg, and then you've got a couple of seconds. The moment packages drop, you've got a couple of seconds to get one. And that's something I'll have to fix, because that shouldn't be happening. Okay, we can easily fix that. Just do that, just to catch any. Right, and then once that happens, you get the one item that you opened up. Right, it's basically you get choices of 4 packages. They've got random items in them. Come on, let's do that one. And then the item appears on here as well. You only get 1 egg, so you only get 1 package that you get to pick from. And that's it. Another idea I was having is... it's also with packages. It's also got to do with packages. Is that we can use packages to fish for. So basically, you gotta use a fishing rod, and you only get to pick 1 package. Then the chute closes, and then you get your item over here. So that's also an option. Over here, I'm not sure if I want to do this one, but basically what this is it's slot machine. You gotta line these up. Ooh. Can I do it? So it's after blue. Nice. And then your input gets doubled. So you basically grab some coins, you put them in, and then they get doubled if you get it right. Which in this case results into 8 coins. How's your game going? I don't know. It's active, right? This is basically how we how we control the system. You just look at the 3 depots, and then if they all line up, then it activates a redstone link. So that's also an option. The thing is, I want more ideas. I don't want to go like the easy route almost. So yeah. And any ideas that you guys are having is welcome. Any ideas you have for like small mini games? They don't have to be fast, or they don't have to take too long. Could be fairly simple. Is welcome. It also doesn't have to stay within, like, what we could do. Oh, you know what we could do is tic-tac-toe. Yeah, but it's hard to do TikTok. Like, it's a 1-person game. It's not a 1 versus 1 kind of game. What we could do is make like a puzzle, and they have to find puzzle pieces around the maze, and then one of these rooms will have how would I be able to do that? Because we could, like, that is something we could do. Maybe, can we do placards? No, placards won't help. Because that's, like, more interesting, I guess. Yeah, 9 parts of a map, but then you have to be able to check, right? You have to look at the contents of an item frame then. Which I don't think is easy to do. Can I... let's see if I do that. Yeah. It has to be able to output a redstone signal, right? But I do like the idea of having like a puzzle. I mean, technically we don't have to do... Technically we don't have to do... Like, what we could do is have 9 blocks in like what's a good example? Let's just... okay, let's keep it in colors, right? Right, if we do like let's say something... if we do that, and they have to recreate this on depots, the final map could be a yeah, but there's no point, like, there's no way to... I don't know. That's... I don't know if I like that idea. Right? Because then we can just control... right? If we do something like that, and then they have to come in, find the blocks, put them on here. This is an option, right? It doesn't even have to be block. I mean, blocks is the easiest way. The only thing is, how do we check if this is according to this? Also, would there be a way to randomize this? Item filter as a gate. Yeah, but still, we would still have to know what block is in this corner so we can check if this is the same as that one, right? Okay, I need to stop this, because otherwise it's going to be... So what is... okay, let's look at our logic options, right? Hello, Benjo. I'm doing well. I don't know how if that's going to be useful. What's a passive string? What does a string do? What does a string do? Open menu, click plus. Yeah. Yeah, but then we need an input. That's not useful. Because there's no real way. Okay, so there's no real way to see what block this is, right? There's no way to check. Because the randomization is easy, right? We go, the randomization of this system is as easy as just having 9 of these. Let's say that this is the wall, right? We just have 9 of these. We do something like that. Have this guy with a depot and a dropper. If you use items, they can be checked. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what I'm gonna try is I'm gonna try and see if I can make blocks work. If not, we can go items. So if we take from here and we deposit in here, like that, and then we'll do okay, chain drive, sequenced gear shift, turn piston or gantry. And then we just need 9 items. In here. And we just need so now this dropper is going to randomize our output, right? And then once all of these are full, okay, so we stop that now. And then once these are full, once this is done, we can boom, 9 blocks in a random pattern, but they're always the same, right? Technically, we could get more. We can get more in there, but random pattern basically. Then the only thing we need to do is figure out how we can look at these. There's no real way to do it though. Can you check an item frame with behind glass? I mean, yeah, but it's the same issue, right? Can you check an item frame or a placard with a packager? Oh, that's horrible. I don't like that. Item frames are going to be the same issue though. There's going to be the fighting. Oh, it doesn't even show up. Never mind. Because yeah, we could do that. I don't like how I don't like the Z fighting, no. But we could do that and then have I mean, we'd still have to check if they were the same though. You know? Which is not something you can do with these. Because we have to identify what the item is inside of it, right? So let's say, okay, let's set up an example. We have you. We have a gauge. Boom. Gauge. Then we also have a depot with its own thing on it. Gauge on that side. And then another gauge for this guy on that side. Right, even though if I put you in here, right, and I put you in here, we don't get anything inside of the gauges, right? Right, multiply, save some of inputs if redstone's off, no. I got lost with the gauges. I mean, yeah, understandable. That's just a threshold switch. How can we check an item? So this one grabs a display. And then sends it where? Oh, could I? Okay, here's... Okay. Quick. If I do this, this, and this. Oh. Okay, and then logic. No, because it's not putting in a numerical value, right? Because that's where this guy comes in. Where did I see that? Was it here? That one grabs, but it only grabs data basically. It doesn't grab a value. Let's take a look at another look at logic gates. You see, you need for the logic gate you need a redstone input. How can we do this? How can we do this? I mean, what we could do is put no, I mean, what we could do is we could have, okay. Basically what we could do is we could have one of these lines for every block on this 9x9. That means if we have block 1, right, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's not 9, that's 10. We would have 9 items, right? 9 gauges checking whatever block that is, right? Then we do the same for this guy, right? So that guy is checked now, and we do the same for this guy next to it. And then we basically check if this one, if these two are powered, we output a signal. And we do that 9 times, right? So we have that set up 9 times. Like so. And then we would basically do, if these 9 systems are powered, right? If all of these are powered, then we output to a redstone signal. That's the only way I see this happening. So here's my question. Is it worth it? Chat. Is it worth it? That's the question. And we could try it out. Could see what it does, right? Then we also need to get rid of these somehow. Maybe this isn't the best way of doing it. Maybe we should just... Then any items are going to set blocks checked for... I mean, that would be the same. It would be the same issue. We would still have to check two spaces. What we could also do... Oh, you know what would be a cool effect, chat? If, let's say, we have... because we have the fancy glass now, right? Yeah. So what we could do is we could make something like almost like a mirror, I would call it. And we mirror the room exactly. Right? So we mirror the room basically. And then we fill in these guys with items. Right, we fill in these guys, and so they have to come in, they come into the room, they see the items, and then they have to match them. But in a mirrored setting, so they can't go here and there. No, they have to go here and here. Right? That is also something we can do. And these are way easier to clean up, because then we can just use... we could have these as like a chandelier almost. Let's say we build up a roof, right? We want to make sure that we mirror everything. We would still have to make a huge computer to fix things, but this would solve the issue of clearing the blocks, right? So we would do that, and then one of them fills the targets, and then the other one clears them. Also, we technically don't have to have these on here. We could also put them up here and have them move through the blocks. What about smart chutes? Well, the underside of this 9x9 grid would be used for packagers, right? Like so. So there's no real way to put smart chutes on here. Is it worth it? I mean, yes, it is worth it. It would be really cool to do. Let's... You know what? We're gonna figure out where we're gonna put this. I have one of the rooms where it's like a frontal... Like where you come in through the front, right here. I would have to... I could match up these walls fairly easily so that it's actually mirrored, and then the floor we can also clean up. What else do we have? We have this one, which is easier to match up the walls because it's all like I could take out this wall easily. But I would have to put up a false door on that side. No, on that side, which is possible. And then this one right there is going to be harder because we have that corridor running over here. I think if we're thinking of doing this, like actually mirroring the room, this one's going to be the easiest. And then I just need to decide where the wall's going to get mirrored. 2, 1, 2. Of course, we'll have to push it out one, which is fine. So what if, so that would be our middle. Okay, so we want to make this the exact same. Okay, and then this one gets that treatment. And 2 from the bottom. And 3 plus that. Yes, and then we have what? 4 of those. 4 topped with a couple of these. That. Is this absolutely necessary? Not really, but it is going to sell the effect. Which is kind of what we're going for. So that, and then oh wait. Yeah, no, this needs to go down all the way. And then it's 2 here, 2 there. Okay. That's a square. Then it goes up by 2. Is that correct? That's correct. Yes. Yeah, so that's mirrored now. And then we'll just put in a simple slab roof, I guess. Because the actual thing that's gonna sell this even better is gonna have the things inside of the rooms. So if you get the platforms in, for instance, lanterns. If we hang some lanterns up here, it's gonna sell the effect as well. I also want to see if I can get some patterns in the ceiling. Now we'll mix this up in a minute, but for now, okay. And then let's do a couple of lanterns. We'll do 2 above the door, right there. Little bit of that effect going on. The only thing that's bothering right now, or that's bothering me right now, is the floor is not matched up. So let's do that real quick. This time feels right. Well, so I'm going. It's pretty good. I'm leaving on holiday this weekend, so. You. Oh, that one needs to be this guy. That's good. And then it's 4 of those, yes. Okay, so this guy, boom. I think that's correct. Yep. And then we have you here. Mud in the corner at the back. Hello Gus, welcome in. I'm doing well. And then it's from this side, 1, 2, okay. Oh god, I messed them up. It's that one, that one, that one, that one. Yes. Okay. I mean, that kind of looks like a mirror. Does it? Right? That kind of looks like a mirror. I'd say that's a mirror. It does sell the effect. And then we open up both doors. They can't access that one, but... Okay, so now, redstone-wise, would silver or grayish glass be better? Oh, I want to get... what side of this? We could try. I feel like mirrors are kind of always dark. No, we could try the darker gray. We could also do the tinted, since that has a bit of that purplish hue. I think it's weird to say, but there's that greenish tint to it that doesn't really match up. I mean, it's not bad. Want to try tinted glass? This stuff? I don't know if that's going to be better though. I feel like, oh, the tinted is way better. It's got those lines in there. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so now we have to figure out how we're going to automate this system. We don't have that much space, but it should be enough, I think. All the other kids, the bum dog kicks but better run faster. So there, and then we deposit here. And we hide them behind here. 6 interactions due to... Oh. Wait. Is it... Do we not have these set up further on the server? Okay, let's check how... Let's go and check how far I can take these on the server. Oh, I need to restart my instance. Give me a second. Kids with the bump and the kicks, better run, better run. I stood in my pocket. You know what we also could do is we could put a lantern in there that flickers at the same time to sell the mirror effect. Is also an option. From the ceiling, yeah, but the problem is that once they stop rotating, they'll be in different positions. You know? So then they won't be mirrored again. It's hard to keep them symmetrical on both sides of the glass. And then that would break the illusion. kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run. Faster than my buck. All the other kids with the bump. Oh, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Let me sleep first before I switch over. I'm still loading in chunks, but I'm also surrounded by spiders and skeletons and stuff. Give me a second. Okay, let's see. Where are you from? Belgium. Nobody picked up their key yet. Right, I need a mechanical arm. And depots. Let's check if there's no dangerous people over here. I think 7 blocks. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take from there, or deposit there. Take from there. Okay, so that should be a possible range. So that should be our range, which means if we set this, we have our wall. Do I have blocks in here? I do have blocks in here. We have our wall here, and then we have our 9x9 right there. Take from there, deposit up here. And then put it there. Okay, so that's possible. And then we have another one. Do I have a chute somewhere? I do. Oh, this okay. If they complete this game or quest, that this is gonna be a bigger reward, though. I mean that, you know, finding 9 items in a maze and bringing them back without dying, I feel like that's a good like, I mean, big reward. So that is a possibility. And then we just need to, on the start of the maze, we power this guy who fills the maze, or fills the system, and then on the reset, we power this guy that empties it. That's how easy this is gonna be. I mean, to fill the maze, at least. Oh, that. Right. Okay. Let's go back to our creative world and test, and then set it to the same config. Like a showered in diamonds worn. I mean, diamonds are worthless in the maze, but like we could give them a couple of gold coins instead of just one. Because gold coins are your highest reward in the maze. Okay, so we'll have use it right here. First of all, let's go into our option mods. Go create config. Is it client is it client? No. Server equipment. No. Kinetics? Mechanical arm range set to 8 on the server. Confirm. Okay, so now we take from there, deposit on here. Place right there. And then we'll take you, deposit in here, take from here, and you're gonna go right there. Now redstone wise, this should be fairly easy. Dropper goes right there. You go right there. There. And then we'll have 9 items. I don't want to do colors. I want to do actual items. What would be good items for people to find? Stuff they can't craft into things. Or at least a knowledge shell is always a good one. Heart of Sea. We already have a key that is Heart of Sea. I don't want to find 2 heavy cores. We could do nether mob drops. I mean, they can't farm them. They can farm mob drops. We could do prismarine shard. We're already using a crystal for a key, so we can't use that one. I should have some. No, I might not. I think I'm using a gas tier as a key as well. A bell. Let's use a bell as well. Do chain. Could do with a chain. We could do with a saddle as well. A brush, maybe. Stuff that's useless within the maze. What else is useless in the maze? Could do pulp. Let's do that, and then do sequence gear shifts here. And then we'll speed this up quite a bit. So we'll use CU, speed controller. We'll do that guy. Let's pick this one. And then we'll set this guy. I mean, I don't really have to use these. I could use gear shifts or clutches, which is gonna give me a lead. Like, it's gonna be easier to dial them in, basically, because then I can use whatchamacallit, these guys. Let's give him. Let's start with 30 ticks. See how far that gets us. And speed you up all the way. Wait. Oh, that's a gear shift. Never mind. Watch. Okay, now what I want to do, or what I want this to do, is these are going to be linked together, right? $30 is not going to be enough, right? Okay, let's try. Let's just try it. You never know. Let's just try it. Oh, I'm falling. Yeah, far from enough. How far did I get? Oh, not even close. Let's do 3 seconds. And then same over here, 3 seconds. Huh. Oh, is it because this guy's locking it? Oh. I'm gonna have to move all of this back one, I think. Just so I can get a block in between, so I don't lock the hopper. This is still with the very much the early stage, right? So we're still like figuring out. We're gonna clean this up after a while. There. And then full? We are. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to make this. Let's do 10 seconds. I mean, the time doesn't really matter because this is all happening at the start of the run. So by the time they get here, they should have finished, right? Then we still have this guy over here. Okay. And then, let's see, reset. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then we'll have a similar system. Can you see the items? Yeah, that's what I was going to test now. So we'll do that. We'll come out here. I mean, I'd say so. I'd say so. What we could always... This is... What we could do is have like a little... like viewing platform here. That's like mirrored on that side as well. Catwalk, yeah. Like a little catwalk. We could do... let's do... no, let's not do andesite. Because it's already pretty... like, there's a lot of stone and stuff. So I think... Then we just have to mirror down on that side. And the more we add stuff like this, the more realistic the mirror is gonna look. You know? Except for the fact that there's no items on there. Okay, let's set up the arms on the other side. This one, the only thing it's gonna do, right, is it's gonna grab stuff and put it away. So... it's gonna sit like right here in the middle. And then we'll have an output here. So it's gonna deposit in there. And then take from here. Sit right there. And this one will be reset. Oh, I don't like that. Hello? Okay. Weird. So that, and then this is gonna be all powered here on this side. And then we'll set up a distribution system over here. That is gonna Okay, question. Do we want to use depots to display these items, or do we want to differentiate between the items for the minigame and the items they can grab? I feel like we should differentiate, right? So the question is, can I put stuff in a placard or an item frame using a dropper? Can you encase depots? I can, but I don't like the look of them. Also, they're not different enough. I think if we have a placard sitting there, that'd be like, this is obviously something different, right? Can I put an item? No. What else? What other input devices do we have? Deployer, yeah, but then we have to that's like lasts, that's like the thing where it would still have to supply it with power. I don't want to do that. If I maybe if I do those, there has to be a way. I've seen it before. Seen it done before. If you click a placard with the same item as it shows emits redstone signal, what about that? That is an option, but it's mostly about showing the item. So that they can grab it, basically. Hello, AC-lit? I don't know what that, how to pronounce that. How's it going? Pretty good. Cat Duck, welcome in. How you doing? How can we display an item that's different from a depot? So we don't want to use depots. How can we display an item? Acolyte. Okay. I'm gonna forget that. Just a heads up. How can we display an item? Is there any other display options? Just watch your latest video. Loving the Twitch Project Go. Thank you. Hopefully you're gonna enjoy it in the future as well. Is there any? Oh, maybe we could do shelves, but then we've got 3 tablecloth. Ooh, can I? Can I fill tablecloth? With a component? No. Has to be able to be filled with a dropper or a hopper. What was a good idea though? Tablecloth. I hadn't thought about that. Might shoot. Yeah, but that doesn't that doesn't show the item. Oh, wait a second. What if we use mechanical crafters? What if you use a mechanical crafter? Let's say that it's in the wall, right? Right, we build it into the wall. And instead of just crafting with it, we just do that. Boom. and then you can grab it. It doesn't need to be powered, it's just a display. So, and it's obviously different from the depot. So we can have it sit like right in here, for instance. Boom. In that piece of wall. We'll set up the locations live on like in the actual world. We don't need to plan those out. It's like a vertical bronze depot. Exactly. We do have to do something about that ceiling though. But that's basically it. And then the only thing we need to do is figure out a way to compute the system. And with that I mean to compare this side and this side and make sure all 9 to try using a belt to display items. The problem with belts are they're, even if they're not moving, they're a lag object. So I'm trying to avoid using them as much as possible. So if we're just using them to display items, I'm not going to use belts. Because that would mean 9 belts that are not doing anything except for creating lag. Okay. So these all have to be separate networks. And then I need a grid, a 9x9. Good thing that we have lots of space back here. Because we're gonna have to, let's just do this. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Clear it. And then this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now both of those. So this one, these ones. Right, all of these are now linked up with that one. And all of these are now linked up with that one on that side. And then I need a logic gauge next to it. And we're gonna try and do this as compact as possible, because I need 9 of these. So we need another one here, and then 2 more rows. I'm still debating if this is the best way of doing this, but at this point, it's the only way I can think of. I think a deployer can put an item into a placard. Yeah, but then again, stress units. I would have to move stress units over there, which I don't want to do. Okay, so that's that. That's 2. Oh god. So ugly way is drain. What? What? We're on the 3rd. So this one. Can you display items in a mechanical crafter even if it doesn't have power? Yes. We've just tried it. It only needs power to craft things, right? Item drain wouldn't look as pretty as craft. Item drains also don't display items. They move items, but they don't. They can't keep them still. They'll always roll off. I mean, okay, we can do it for now in this way, right? And then if I think of another way of doing it while I'm on break, I can think about this and see if we have a raid coming in. Hello. Oh, that's a different camera. Hello, chat. You're on stream. Winter Vessel, welcome in. How you doing? How was stream? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had fun. What were you doing? What were you doing on stream? Prep work for the factory area? Ooh. Interesting. We're making a computer. Mine. Sounds fun. It's okay. I wish there was a better way of doing it, but it's the only way I can think of that this would work. Catbook, welcome in. Oh no, have fun. Also, you could watch the video when stream ends. You know, no, do whatever you want to do. You're good. And then we have to do one more line. So this side here. For the new people in here, who are like, what the heck is he doing? We're trying to make a mini game inside of our mini game. Where people are gonna come in here. They'll have 9 items displayed, right? On that side, they'll have to go and find them inside of the maze and then mirror them on this side. So in this case, they would have to have the brush right there on this depot. And what we need to do to achieve that, or at least how to, we need a system to check both sides, right? So we need to check side A to side B, and then we need to check if this corner right here is the same item as that corner. So what we do is, we have 9 items. We'll have 1 slot for every item, and then we'll check this guy with this guy, and if those are the same, we'll emit a redstone signal. I can show you in a second what that looks like. It's basically the same thing that we've done for the other game, but a little more difficult. Okay, I have the brush. Oh, chat. I made a mistake. I'm not mirroring them. I'm taking AB. I'm not mirroring B. Because if we want to mirror, we want to check that one against the closest one, not the furthest corner, which is what I've been doing. Oh, well, let's do this again. Well, technically, okay. What if we only do a proof of concept, and then we'll do, because otherwise this is double work, right? If we know it works. If we know it works, it works. Leave the gates down. What gates? The gauges. I mean, I'm just gonna get rid of all the unnecessary ones. Okay, now, which ones are these? I think these need to be checked against these ones. So now I have those selected over there. And then these over there. Hello, Mr. Apple Tart. Welcome in. How you doing? So now we need to grab our 9 items. So let's just quickly reset our system. Boom. Okay, and then we'll do those. Maybe make a grid on the ground under the gauges to keep reference. I mean, I know this line needs to be replicated 2 more times in that, 2 more times in that direction. So I have a grid. That's the beauty of Minecraft. You already have a grid. You just need to mix up the blocks, or you need to fix up the blocks. Okay. So what we do is we add a connection here. Set these to 1, so they're checking, right? Come on. And then this one needs to be set to AND. So now, if I, let's say I have, what was it? Saddle and pulp? Yes. So let's say I have some pulp on this one, and I put a saddle on the other one. You see how now they're checking, but they're different? So they're not powered. And then if I change this saddle to a piece of pulp, there's an easier way with less gauges. If you know one, that'd be great. And now that one, if we put a redstone port here. Wait, is it? Why is it not powering? Oh, redstone ports are an input, not an output. My bad. Needs to be one of these. There you go. So now that is an output, right? And that is what we need to do for all 9 of these. And then basically what we'll do is we'll have, this is gonna be weird, but is there a way I can relay power? What does a rose quartz port do? No. There has to be a way I can relay power. No? Okay. But this, okay, here. So what we could do, this would be our, this is an, we have our master, right? So this would connect back into, hello? Must have the same or, oh. So this guy, right, is gonna, you know, have them sit right here for ease of use. Right, so this is gonna get powered by this guy. Any of these combinations are gonna power this guy. And then we'll have another master. So we'll have 9 of these, right? 9 of these. And then we'll have another master that is gonna take input, add new connection over here. This one is an OR, right? An OR gate. So this, if any of these are powered, this one is gonna relay that power to this guy. And then this one is gonna be an AND gate, meaning, oh, come on. AND gate, meaning that all 9 inputs need to be powered before it can send its power to this guy. Right? That's going to be our computer, basically. You can set output lights. No, that would be giving them too many hints. So for instance, this one would I'm gonna have to use this guy. So this one would have more inputs than just the one, right? And so that wouldn't power it, right? But if these get powered, it would get powered. So now we have, so that would have to, these basically replace one of these, right? So they would have to all get powered. Do or gates activate a ding? Gauges activate a ding. No, I don't. I feel like they should only get a ding when they have all 9 correct. That's the only way they should get. They shouldn't get one based on one combination. They should only get one based on if they get the entire grid correct. Only then. they need to get a ding or a prize, which means I also need to make sure that we have a spot for our prize, which is gonna go right there. What time is it? 1:37. Just that. I feel like there needs to be something. We're going to have problems with the item location order. The placing and removing the arms didn't match up. So they will go into the dropper differently. Not the correct dip. Exactly. That's exactly, Gus, why we're doing this, right? We're not keeping the one system. This right here only checks this depot and this one, right? So think of it as these two being paired up, right? We have. Is there a way I can easily do this? Right, we have our blue and red side, right? We have our red side here, and we have our blue side here. So what we're doing is we're checking a red 1 here against blue 1. So those are that one right there and that one right there. This one checks the item that is on that side. So if the Nautilus shell is on there, for instance, let me go and put one on there so I can show you what's going on. Boom. Right. So now Nautilus shell 1. That's that one right there. That one. And now if I put a Nautilus shell or anything else onto this side, let's not do a Nautilus shell. Let's do a chain on this one, which is the mirrored depot, right? Then it's going to check the chain. Right? Chain 1 on this side, and then another shell on that side. And what the system is doing is it's going, oh, these two are not the same, so we don't get an output. These two are also not the same, so we don't get an output. Now, if I do change this one over here to a Nautilus shell, you'll see that now we have 1-1, and that should, I mean, they're not set up yet, but then that is going to power our output because they're the same, right? So now if we set this up, check for 1, add connection, and then we do an AND gate right here. You see how that powers? Now, what's the annoying part is we need to do this entire setup for these nine duos, basically. Right? So for the 9 duos, we need to do that setup. So this one would be the insides of the corners. Then we would have the similar setup for that one. Similar setup over there, and then we have a similar setup for the outer ones over here. 9 times. And all these 9 are going to feed into our master and our master over here. I know it's confusing, but it's basically one big matrix. Replacement to be random then? Yes. I want it to be random at all. Random. I don't want it to be the same. Because otherwise it'd be too simple. Because you know what's a possibility of doing it this way? We introduce not just 9 items, but we do 18 items. We go double choppers. And then it's not always the same items, not always the same combination or placements. Basically what I want to do is I want to avoid people memorizing the pattern and speedrunning it. Right? I want them to have to look and match them up. Still needs to be a little puzzle, you know? Needs to be a little puzzle. I'm just gonna put some full blocks in here. Let's see. That is not how you mirror things. Oh, shouldn't have done that. It's 2. Yeah. That's good, but also it's not correct. That's correct. Just breaking up the ceiling a little bit. Sure. Is that good? That's correct. And then I just need to do this corner. Is that completely mirrored now? Looks like it. Yes. And then just for the outside, I'm gonna break it up a little more, make it look not as conspicuous. And just kind of avoid the fact that if people look at it from a map, they don't see the fact that it's mirrored. Right. It looks a little random now, but it looks mirrored from the inside. Okay, so that's good. That's concept done. I know what I need to do. Like, I don't need to fully build it here. I can build it in the actual world. So that's 1 game done. 2 games, if we count the chicken game as well, or the egg game over here as well. Which I'm not gonna put a roof on all of these, because some of them I just kind of want to leave open. I still like this one. It's simple, but it works. Come on, come on. That one. Give me coin. Give me coin. Hey. Simple, but works. Okay. What else? We have one more that we could do over here. And then we have one more room there over here as well. Now, I'm going to take a look at my document. What time is it first? We got time. We have the gamba, which is the chicken, since you don't know which package contains what. So that's the luck-based one. Then the Wordle style game is the one that I would say, is the one with it's good. We could. What do we think about the fishing game, chat? Do we like that, or is that not something we're interested in? When I say the fishing game, I mean this one. Do we like this, or are we like, not my favorite? It's fairly simple. It would open up once, right? And then you would kind of have to get lucky, I guess. There we go. And then once you get one, it closes off, and it should give me my prize over here. Packages might need to be moving. So what I was thinking is I need to check something, but can I give a magnet to a armor stand? And does that show arms? Yes. And does that activate it? Oh, it's annoying. Hello, James. That would have been cool if that was a possibility. You have a new computer? Nice. Because what we could have done then is put water down, right? And then if the package breaks, the item would be lost, you know? You also need to remember that we don't have infinite space, right? We don't have a lot of space. We can't shift floors because the floor, you know. Was backpack magnet added? I don't know. Not on this instance. What are you trying to do with that? These are mini games to go in these rectangular rooms that we have. Just a way for people to get more coins, basically. Get a little bit more. What's the footprint? That right there. There's a hallway all around it, so you don't. This is it. You only have that. Same over here. That's it. How many? Doesn't matter. Just needs to be adaptable. Needs to be fit into that room. If you need to do redstone, we can see. We can do it above or below, but you know, we can't really do anything on the sides. I mean, okay, does this break a package? No. It's just there's I like the idea. There's not enough space though. Spinning saw. Yeah, it's just we don't have enough space to really make it a full game. At least this one we don't have. We could do this one, but then it's just, you know, it's Although it is kind of a skill game. It is kind of a skill game. This one would fit in there. Barriers, possible. Is there any other games? We don't have to use these, by the way. We could do anything else. What else? What other options do we have? What other options do we have? Shooting range is not far enough. It's so easy to get a bullseye from that distance, though. You're underestimating how far these go. Also, that would be giving them a bow, which I don't want to do. Right? So here you would have to, even if we're using slab or like these guys, we would have to use. Oh yeah, we could do snowballs, true. Right, even if I do this, right, I still need space for some stuff, like depots and stuff. That's very close to get a bullseye. Snowballs might be a good distance. And then here we could do this is deeper, so we could do it over here. And then we could give them 3 targets. We could do, but I don't have enough. I don't have a lot of space for redstone, though. We would almost have to put the target here on that side. Maybe one over here. I already have a small parkour challenge. But I can't, I mean, I could put one on the ground here. Where are the redstone lamps? Oh, right there. So I need to compare. So one thing I need to do is I already need to compare stuff, which I keep forgetting how to do that. Redstone strength. Is there a create way of doing this? Not really. So that compare I know, but still, I want to avoid too much wireless redstone. It's been the redstone links have been breaking all season, which is annoying, but it is a thing. So if I can do it without redstone links, I'd be happy. Let's just get 14. So that means I need to hit this guy center for it to work. So that will work, technically. Because now, if I do that, I think it might be impossible. Okay, I think 12 is the way to go. Now, is there a way to make snowballs easily without me having to AFK things? Not really. Not really. Snow golems aren't too bad, yeah, but they're not AFKable. I'm just gonna do that temporarily. Keep it under maze. Yeah, but they're not passive. They're not a passive farm. I would have to keep up with it, which is something I also want to avoid. Okay, if I do that. You're gonna have to. You can fully automate it. Can you? I feel like somebody tried and it wasn't very reliable. I think Mr. Bierstrom tried that last season and it wasn't reliable enough. All right. Can I get him over here? Signal wise. I'm gonna assume I can. I feel like Mr. Bierstrom tried, but it wasn't reliable enough. And then that is just gonna get solved with one of these. It's not noticeable. So it is possible, even in this small of a... And then I need to be able to take an output though, which is this block. It's right here. Ba-bum-ba-da-bum. I just want to see if I can bring over a signal from here. I mean, it should be possible, right? To get that, then delay it. Otherwise, we're gonna get a double signal. Packager right there. There's no real way to hide. I mean, we can make these fill blocks. This is just all temporary, but do that. And then we'll have a picture up here that is facing a chute. That way we can adjust the amounts that we dispense if we want to do 4, 5, 6 items. Let's do exactly 4 for now. Because then we could do like 4, 5, 6, you know? You can have 1 for 4, one that does exactly 2, and then one that does 1. Right? And then these would be or different distances, right? The closer one would be only 1 gold coin. The further one would be 4. Now I just need to power it. Wait, can I not power through here? I think I can power through here. Because that would make things easier. Can I not? Okay, apparently I cannot. Never mind. Like that. Come on. Oh, that's the door opening. You know what we could also do is eggs. We could have eggs and then just have a fox in here for the chickens. Wait, why is it not working? Oh, Right. I need to lower this one then. Because it's not a full block anymore. Oh god. Imagine being actually good at redstone. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Okay, so the line works. That's good. The big issue is, if we do it this way, I don't have enough space. Except, maybe I could do that. And make it simpler on myself. Okay. I am only getting one package, which is great. So we could do eggs in here instead of having the snowballs. The only thing I would have to do is spawn proof this guy, which is easy to do. It's just a bunch of slabs. Or not spawn proof, but just make it high enough so they can't get over. And then we can provide a little platform over here. And then the only thing that we need to do is catch a fox. Because he's gonna grab that chicken. Did he just jump over? How high can they jump? Because then I can do eggs, and eggs are a little more accurate than... also, you know... I would do this. If I do target practice, this is how I would do it. What are we thinking, chat? What do we think? We like? That's too close. And it's just not enough space on this side though. I mean, we could put a false ceiling in place and have a target block like right there. And then have our ceiling be slabs on this level. Right? That's also a possibility. Okay, that's an idea. What time is... Ooh, it's almost 10. Target practice. I'll check that off as a possibility. Then the only thing I need to do is figure out. I need to think of more games, basically. I'm still not sold on the target practice thing. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know how you've got those games where, what was it called? It's like the brain games. Where you have like a grid. Yeah, where you have a grid like this and you have to get the car out of it. I've always wanted to do one of those with Create. The question is just how I would do it and what it would be instead of parking or getting your car out of a parking lot. What would I be able to do? Right. One idea could be is they would have like a grid and they would have to power stuff like belts and depots or funnels to get it to the right output. But I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But I need to clean. I need to clean my, because I've been eating all my leftovers, and now my fridge is pretty empty because I'm going on a trip, and so it's the perfect time to clean my fridge. So what I'll do is I'll leave you guys with Chosen because he's live. So we'll raid into him. So you guys still have Just Create content. And I'll do the cleaning. I won't be live this weekend, but I'll be live on Monday early because we're cycling Monday. That being said, thank you for being here. I'll be back on the server near the end of August. And I'll see you all then on the server. For those who want to cycle with me, I'll see you next week. Bye.